Have you ever stopped to think about how a nonprofit actually proves their new program is working? Or how a government knows for sure if a new policy is making a real difference? Well, that's exactly where monitoring and evaluation consultants, or M&E consultants, come in. And in this explainer, we're going to lay out the entire roadmap for how you can become one.
So why are we talking about M&E? Simple. Because this isn't just a growing career field, it's absolutely exploding in demand. Seriously, from international development agencies to local governments, organizations all over the world are hunting for experts who can measure impact. And here's the kicker. While the demand for M&E pros is through the roof, the supply of people who can actually do the job, it just hasn't kept up. And you know what that means. That gap creates a massive opportunity for anyone with the right skills to build a really meaningful career. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with what an M&E consultant actually is. Then we'll get into the essential skills you'll need, share some real-world tips for success, look at the rewards, and finally, map out your path forward.
All right, first things first, what in the world is an M&E consultant? Let's really break down what this role is all about.
At its heart, an M&E consultant is a specialist. They're the ones brought in to help organizations answer two absolutely critical questions. First, are we doing what we said we were going to do? And second, is what we're doing actually making a difference? It's their job to find the evidence to answer those questions.
And they aren't just another member of the project team. No, they act as objective third-party experts. Think of them as the unbiased referee. Their job is to keep an eye on a project's progress, and this is so important, to hold everyone involved accountable.
You know, this quote from a consultant in the field just says it all, doesn't it? Their expertise is all about helping organizations figure out what's working and what's not. It's not just about crunching numbers. It's about driving real improvement and making sure those big long-term goals are actually met.
A consultant is there for the whole ride, the entire M&E cycle. It all starts with designing the project, then it moves into collecting the data, then analyzing and interpreting it, and finally, reporting on the outcomes. They are involved from the very beginning to the very end.
So what does a project actually look like day to day? Well, it's a mix of all these things. One day might be designing a whole system to track progress. The next, you could be running focus groups to gather people's stories. Then you're diving into the data to spot trends. And finally, you're packaging it all up into a clear report that helps leaders make smart, evidence-based decisions. So now you know what the job is, but what skills do you actually need to pull it off? Let's talk about the essential tools you need in your toolbox.
The skills you need really fall into two main buckets. On one side, you've got your technical skills. That's the what you do. This is all the data, the research, the science of it all. And on the other side, you've got your soft skills. That's the how you do it. This is about turning all that data into actual change by working with people. You need both. Okay, on the technical side, you've got to have a solid foundation in M&E theory. You need to be comfortable with both quantitative research, that's the hard numbers, and qualitative research, which tells the stories behind those numbers. And of course, you got to know your way around the tools of the trade, like Excel, SPSS for statistics, and Tableau for making that data look good.
But listen, technical skills alone won't cut it. To really make your work matter, you need those soft skills. You have to be able to communicate your findings clearly, think strategically about the big picture, and build a strong network to find projects and work well with others.
Okay, so you've got the skills, but how do you really stand out from the crowd? Let's get into some practical strategies for absolutely crushing it in this field.
This one is huge. Look, anyone can throw a chart of numbers on a slide. A great M&E consultant finds the meaning in that data. You've got to interpret what the numbers are saying and weave them into a powerful story that explains what's working, what isn't, and what the real impact is.
Just like in any consulting field, your network is your lifeline. Building strong connections in the industry isn't just a nice-to-have, it's often how you land your next project or get a game-changing referral. Every single connection is a chance to learn and grow. And finally, think 2 steps ahead. Your job isn't just to report on what happened in the past. It's to use your insights to make smart recommendations that will shape a better, more successful future for the organization you're working with.
We've covered the what and the how, so now let's talk about the why. What are the rewards of this career? What kind of impact can you actually make?
The benefits are pretty awesome. Let's be honest. There's so much room for professional growth. As you work across different sectors, you get to sink your teeth into all sorts of diverse and exciting projects. Like we said, the high demand means great job security.
And on top of all that, there's this deep personal satisfaction you get from helping organizations do amazing things.
At the end of the day, as an M&E consultant, you are that bridge. You're the one who connects an organization's big ideas with its actual real-world impact. You provide the proof that shows whether their strategy is really working, which makes you an absolutely invaluable part of the team.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground. So let's bring it all home and talk about your path forward. What are your immediate next steps on this journey? Here it is, your final roadmap, boiled down to 5 key actions. First, master the entire M&E cycle. Second, be intentional about building both your technical and soft skills. Third, start networking right now. Fourth, stay curious and keep up with the latest tools and trends. And most importantly, commit to your goals. With the right skills and mindset, this career is totally within your reach. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. In a world where accountability and results are everything, organizations are desperate for proof of their impact. The only question left is, are you ready to be the one who provides it?
Hey, thanks so much for joining us for this explainer. If you found this guide helpful, do us a favor and subscribe for more deep dives designed to power up your career. We'll catch you on the next one.